This week in CTV News.
The second annual Athena Film Festival returns to Barnard.
We report from the Canyon of Heroes, where the New York Giants celebrate their Super Bowl victory. And the Columbia Lions men's basketball team has a historic meltdown.
All this and much more right now on CTV News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us here at CTV News for the week of February 12th. I'm Andy Seif.
And I'm Chris Canales.
The open housing policy that had last year been improved on a trial basis and limited to certain residence halls will be expanded to all upper-class dorms and made permanent, Dean of Student Affairs Kevin Schollenberger said. The policy, which allows any two upperclassmen to live together in a double, regardless of gender, will take effect during the upcoming housing selection season.
The Athena Film Festival returned to Barnard for a second year, showing almost 24 feature films as well as 14 shorts, running from February 9th through February 12th. Reporters Maria Guryeva and Hannah Fitzpatrick interviewed the organizer and founder of the festival, Catherine Colbert, as well as people returning from a screening of one of the shows to get their thoughts on these films that promote female empowerment.
The Athena Film Festival took place between the 9th and 12th of February on Barnard campus. The event showcases films centered around strong female characters. Catherine Colbert, the founder of the festival, explained the inspiration behind the project.
It's our second year. It began when Melissa and I went to an event at Gloria Steinem's house with a number of filmmakers who all told the same story, that it was extremely difficult to break into Hollywood and be able to make feature films, documentaries, and shorts about courageous women. I came to Barnard about 2.5 years ago to start the Athena Center for Leadership Studies, and it seemed to me a perfect match of Barnard's mission, my dedication to ensuring that the stories of courageous women are told.
Over 200 films were considered for the festival. We talked to people who had just watched the screening of Apache 8, one of the 21 featured films selected.
We are on Athena Film Festival. Hello. What is the name of the movie you just seen?
Apache 8.
How did you like it?
I loved it. It was a very inspirational movie, very uplifting in terms of women as leaders, from young to more seasoned women, so very, very powerful.
It was incredible. It was a really, really amazing movie. I had no expectations of it, and I'm deeply moved by it.
Do you think it's important to show such movies to young women?
Oh, absolutely. We don't have enough images especially on television and in movies, of positive and strong women. It's more, in my opinion, the submissive kind of roles, and I think we need more powerful images like what's shown in Apache 8 to really show young women that, that they can be strong leaders. That
If we are going to be successful in leadership roles in the United States and around the world, women need to have role models. They need, as Marie Wilson says, they need to be able to see what they want to be. So this festival gives a forum for films that tell that story. It helps to push the industry, which has been remarkably absent in this arena. And if we can demonstrate a strong audience for these types of films, we're hoping that, we're doing more than hoping, we're pushing Hollywood to respond.
This is Maria Guryeva for CTV News.
More from Barnard now. Applications to the Women's College are up by 5.3%, with 5,428 women applying for admission this year. That increase comes off the heels of last year's record 11% increase. Barnard College also expects an increase in class yield, or the number of students, accepted students who will eventually attend, and will likely need to calibrate the acceptance rate even lower than last year's 27.8%.
As Columbia's movement to increase its own endowment nears its $5 billion goal, administrators are now looking to separately endow the core curriculum to ensure its lasting presence in undergraduate education. Part of a potential endowment would likely go toward incentivizing senior faculty members to teach core classes. Details of an endowment of the core are still unclear, but President Lee Bollinger says that a concrete plan should be in place by the end of this semester.
The Giants' 21-17 Super Bowl victory over the New England Patriots thrilled many New Yorkers and left sports fans from New England, as well as somebody's co-anchor, extremely disappointed. For the first time in CTV history, we actually sent someone down to the Canyon of Heroes on Broadway to get a first-hand account of the festivities that come after a win at the Super Bowl. Stefan Dalal brings you the story.
Stefan Dalal here for CTV. I'm standing in Hoboken, New Jersey, where just behind me, the New York Giants are meeting for a parade to celebrate their victory over the Patriots. We're going to go in and find out a little bit more about what the scene's like and talk to some fans.
As many as 1 million Giants fans packed downtown Manhattan on Sunday to celebrate the Giants' Super Bowl victory over the Patriots. The scene was chaotic, and there were many jovial fans.
Eli Manning!
A lot of pushing and shoving. You know, we were down at the park, and it's hard to get a good view. You know, everybody's looking for some shoulder, elbow space, you know.
Nobody's going too crazy, though. No fights. Everybody's happy because the Giants are champ.
While cleaning crews continued to pick up the ticker tape from the streets, fans continued partying.
Giants! Not hard, baby. I was confident we were going to win. During the game, when the Patriots scored, I was kind of scared for a minute. But you know what? When you're a Giant, you believe. We're going to go all the way. We're going to win no matter what. And I was confident. I was happy. And I was like, yes! Second championship for Eli, the elite Manning!
All in all, a successful parade. And while fans continued partying, they had some words of advice for the Patriots.
Anything to say to Tom Brady?
You suck! You suck! Boo!
Giants, we beat them once, second time. That defense was not allowing him to score if his life depended on it.
To any Patriots fans out there who may be watching this,
get your game up, because we're going to do it again next year.
To the Patriots fans,
your time is up.
Yeah, you had a great run, but you know, we got your number now, so you know.
For CTV News, I'm Stefan Dalal.
If you were in Lerner Hall on Thursday, February 9th, it would have been hard to miss the excitement that was Glass House Rocks. For one night, every year, music, dancing, free food, and this year even a rollerblading rink provide a night of excitement and fun for Columbia's students. And this year was no different. Reporter Andy Jones gets a behind look at the scenes at the student-run event.
This Thursday, students came out in droves for the annual Glass House Rocks event.
I think Glass House is a really great way to see what's going on around campus, see some of our really, really great groups perform.
Lerner Pub is always just an incredible time. It's like being at a nightclub, finding love. You never know what'll happen there.
I really like how all the different classes are here and they're able to kind of mingle during the week.
I think it's great to see all of the different clubs here. I think every year they get more and more people to come out and really support the event. So it's awesome to see Lerner actually turn into the student space it's supposed to be.
Students gathered in Lerner for food, free painting, games, parties, and performances that all featured a jungle twist.
The theme is the Mighty Jungle, but primarily the music is jungle-themed disco. I really enjoy just popping in there, checking on it to see how it's going, like doing a little 1, 2, 1, 2, and then getting back to work.
Most students felt that this year's theme was much more memorable than it had been in previous years. Student groups successfully incorporated the jungle theme into their presentations. Students commented on the accessibility of this year's theme.
Like the theme that they have this year is a lot better than last year's.
They're mixed a lot better. Before they used to be like this political wing and then this cultural wing, but now everyone's like all together, which I think is a lot more valuable.
What do you think your favorite event at this year's Glass House Rock is?
The roller skating rink.
For one night only, Roone Arledge Auditorium became a full-fledged roller rink as students skated to the sounds of the 70s.
More than other events that have been in Roone, this is more of communal activity because it gets large numbers on the rink at once.
Behind the scenes, student volunteers, their overseeing staff, and the many different performance groups squeezed in some final preparation as their weeks of planning and practice finally came together for the big night.
It's super exciting. It's really awesome to see months and months of planning just like light up the building. I have to say it's awesome. You should do it.
I'm Andy Seif.
CTV News!
And now for sports. The Columbia Lady Lions basketball team dropped 2 more games this week, taking their losing streak to 9 games. On Friday, Columbia put up a fight against the Brown Bears, who are currently in 4th place in the Ivy League Conference. The game went into overtime with the score leveled at 57. However, Columbia would only score 6 more points in the 5-minute overtime period, and the Lions fell 72-63. Columbia forward Tyler Simpson had a monster shooting day, putting up 26 points. The following day, the Lions traveled to Yale and actually led at the half. Columbia could not pull off the upset, however, and lost 73-59. The Lions are back in action on Friday and Saturday when they play Penn and Princeton at home.
The Columbia women's swimming team had another successful weekend, earning 2 decisive victories against Princeton and Dartmouth on Friday and Saturday. Friday's win over Princeton was the first victory over Princeton in the history of Columbia women's swimming. They are now 6-1 in the Ivy League Conference, just below the undefeated Harvard Crimson. They get a chance to take the top spot at the Ivy League Championships in Cambridge, Massachusetts from the 23rd to the 25th.
Columbia's wrestling team won 2 out of the 3 meets this weekend. On Friday, the Lions destroyed Princeton 28-6 as the team put up 17 consecutive points and 4 wrestlers won by major decision. The following day, the Lions faced Penn on the road and came up 1 point short, losing 19-18. Columbia also won a non-conference meet on Saturday against Rider University. They host Brown and Harvard at home on Saturday.
The Columbia Lions men's basketball team crushed Brown on Friday 86-60 and were riding a high into their game against Yale. Could the Lions recapture the form they had when they went on a 7-game winning streak earlier in the season and put away one of the best Ivy League teams in the Yale Bulldogs?
They sure looked like the Lions of old early on in their encounter on Sunday as the Lions jumped out to a 21-point lead. But with under 11.5 minutes to go, the momentum began to shift. Could the Columbia Lions hold on? Or would this be one of the worst meltdowns in recent memory for a Columbia team? I bring you the highlights. Greek night at Levine Gymnasium brought vocal and enthusiastic members of fraternities and sororities to the game to root on the Columbia Lions. But there would be no brotherly love between Kyle Smith's Columbia Lions and the Yale Bulldogs, who are currently behind only Harvard in the Ivy League Conference. The first half was a game of 22, as number 22 for Columbia, Mako Lyles, and number 22 for Yale, Reggie Wilhite, powered their respective offenses. Lyles led the Lions with 17 points in the day as well as 3 steals and rebounds. Wilhite had 24 points and was on the court for all but 2 minutes. The rest of Yale star players, including 2 of the top 10 shooters in the conference, Greg Mangano and Austin Morgan, underperformed, missing easy layups and playing poor defense. Columbia started to wipe the floor with Yale. Point guard Brian Barber and company steamrolled the Bulldogs at the start of the second half, taking a double-digits lead. Mark Sisko was dominant in the post for the first 2/3 of the game, picking up 10 defensive rebounds. On a fast break after a steal, Alex Rosenberg passed to Lyles, setting the stage for a beautiful layup. Sisko's jumper with 11.5 minutes remaining in the second half put Columbia up by 21 points. That's when things took a turn for the worse. A basket and a foul on Brandon Sherrod narrowed the lead to 18. A 3-pointer from Austin Morgan. A jumper from Jeremiah Kreisberg. 2 tip-ins from Mangano. Another basket and a foul. this time for Austin Morgan. And a three-pointer from Mangano turned the game, once a blowout, into a thrilling affair. Nico Lyles would answer with a three to put the Columbia Lions up 8, but 2 field goals made by Wilhite made it a 4-point game. With a minute and a half remaining and still up by 4, Columbia elected to play conservatively and ran the shot clock all the way down. The Bulldogs capitalized on this play-not-to-lose mentality when Jesse Pritchard hit a 3 to make it a 1-point game. With time ticking down, the Bulldogs got the ball in the hands of the man who carried them the entire game, Reggie Wilhite, and with a layup with 13 seconds remaining, he gave Yale their first lead of the game. The official blew the whistle as Columbia's Blaze Staub took a shot, giving him 2 free throws. Making both would win the game for the Lions. Making just one would send it into overtime. And so the Columbia Lions managed to blow a 21-point lead in the span of 11 and a half short minutes. Their conference record falls to 3-5. They will play Princeton and Penn on the road on Friday and Saturday. For CTV News, I'm Andy Seid. What a meltdown, man.
Yep, it's
absolutely horrible. 11 and a half minutes in the game to go. We have a 21-point lead, and then just all downhill from there.
It's just a thriller. Sometimes those things happen.
It was an entertaining game, I'll give it that.
It was.
But that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching.
Remember, you can always watch us online at ctvnewsonline.com. I'm Chris Canales.
And I'm Andy Seid. For all of us here at CTV News, have a great week.
Take care.